Hello, my name is Randy, and today I would like to discuss the randomized block design. Now, the randomized block design is an experimental design that structures any variable that might have an effect on the data in our experiment. Now, before we go any further, I would like to discuss its general structure. Now, the general structure of the randomized block design is typically going to start with the experiment, or what we want to experiment on, and that will be our main subject. Now, the variables that we feel might have something to do with the experiment at hand are going to be our subsequent blocks, block 1 and block 2. There can be many blocks, but in this example, just two, block 1 and block 2. Now, below that, we see two subgroups for each block. Now, these two subgroups is what the testing and the treatment is going to be done on to determine if either block has anything to do with the actual experiment at hand. And these two blocks, after the treatment is done to the subgroups, will be compared to see how they pair up against each other and if either one has any effect on the actual experiment. Now, to go to a more real-life example, we're going to discuss basketball players' shoe sturdiness. Now, that is our experiment at hand. We are trying to test if either brand, Nike or Adidas, our two subsequent blocks, have anything to do with the shoe sturdiness that basketball players are dealing with. Now, to determine this, we are going to look at the two subgroups for each shoe group 1 and shoe group 2 of each brand. Now, in doing this, we're going to run treatment on each of these shoe groups to run tests on the shoe to determine if either brand is actually at fault for a lack of shoe sturdiness for these basketball players in our experiment. So after the treatment is done, we will compare the two brands to determine if either are at fault or if either have anything to do with actual lack of sturdiness. Now to go to a more engineering example, we are going to look at the steel members of a car. Now, we get the steel members from two main suppliers. Those are our two blocks at hand. Following that are our two subgroups for each block, in which we will run structural damage tests on to determine if it is even a supplier issue. If not, then the experiment showed that the suppliers weren't an issue, and if the problem persists, then another experiment will follow. Now, to sum up this overall idea, randomized block design is a great tool for companies or anybody to accurately and efficiently solve experimental problems that they may be trying to test on. Companies, employers, anybody. Now, thank you all for watching. My references, have a nice day.